All right, so today we're going to dig deep, and I mean literally, into a career that powers our world. If you've ever stopped and wondered how these massive energy companies find oil and gas buried miles underground, well, you've come to the right place. Let's get into it. Just picture this for a second. How on earth do you find a pocket of oil, maybe smaller than a football field, that's sitting 3 miles under the ocean floor, hidden beneath layers and layers of solid rock? It sounds almost impossible, doesn't it? And the stakes? They're unbelievably high. A single deep-water exploration well can easily cost over $100 million. So drilling on a hunch isn't just a bad idea, it's a potential financial disaster. You get it wrong, and you've just created one of the most expensive holes in the ground in human history. So the answer to that $100 million question? It's not a lucky guess, it's not a roll of the dice, it's geology. And the person who figures it all out is the geologist, the scientific detective of the energy world. So let's start by looking at how geology is the key to unlocking these incredible secrets hidden inside our planet. And trust me, this is way more than just collecting cool rocks. This is a high-stakes, high-tech quest. First things first, you gotta throw out that old image you might have of a geologist. Today's geologist is a super specialized scientist. They're part physicist, part chemist, and yeah, a huge part computer scientist. They use these incredibly powerful computer models to basically see deep into the Earth's crust and predict what's down there. And this quote right here, it just nails it. Without geologists to take all that data and build these complex underground maps, the entire industry would pretty much be flying blind. They are the navigators for these massive billion-dollar projects. Okay, so what exactly is the treasure they're hunting for? It's something called a petroleum system. And for it to work, you need all 4 of these elements to exist in the exact same spot. First, you need the kitchen. That's the source rock where the oil and gas get cooked up. Then you need pathways for it to travel or migrate. Third, you need a sponge, a porous reservoir rock to hold it all. And finally, and this is so important, you need a lid, a trap, and a seal to keep everything from escaping. The geologist's whole mission is to find a place where all 4 of these things lined up perfectly millions of years ago. All right, so if that sounds like a pretty cool gig, you're probably wondering, so how do I become one of these scientific detectives? Well, think of this next part as your training montage. This is where you forge the tools you're going to need for the quest. Your journey starts here, and it's pretty straightforward. It all kicks off with a Bachelor of Science degree. This is where you learn the fundamental language of the planet. You know how it was made, what it's made of, and all the processes that are constantly shaping it. Now, during that undergrad degree, you're going to tackle these core subjects. Sedimentology teaches you all about those sponge rocks we talked about. Structural geology, that's how you find the traps. And geophysics is amazing. It lets you use physics to actually see what's happening underground. And field mapping, well, that's where you get your hands dirty and learn to read the story the rocks are telling you right there in person. Now, here's a pro tip, and this is really important in this field. A bachelor's degree can get you in the door, but a master's degree is often the key that unlocks the absolute best jobs at the major companies. The master's is where you really specialize and learn the advanced stuff that these companies are desperate for. But if there's one secret weapon in your toolkit, it's this: internships. This is where the rubber meets the road. You get to take everything you learned in class and apply it to real-world projects. Honestly, a good internship is probably the single best way to land a full-time job offer right after you graduate. And you have to remember, modern geology is a high-tech field. I mean, you're not just out there with a rock hammer anymore. You have to be fluent in software like Petrol, which is how you build those incredible 3D models of the Earth. ArcGIS is your digital mapping command center. And knowing a language like Python lets you process huge amounts of data way faster. You're a scientist for sure, but you're also a power user of some seriously cool tech. All right, you've done the work. You've got the degree, the skills, the experience. Now what? Let's talk about the actual jobs, the exciting roles you get to play once you join this quest for energy. You can kind of think of it as a life cycle. It all starts with the exploration geoscientist. This is the pioneer, the adventurer searching for brand new fields in uncharted territory. Once they hit something, the development geoscientist comes in to map it all out. Then the reservoir geologist works on getting the most out of that field, while the well site geologist is right there on the front lines, making critical, real-time calls while the drilling is actually happening. So you see, whether you're the big picture strategist looking at entire continents, or you're the tactical expert on a drilling rig making a split-second decision that could save millions, Every single one of these roles is absolutely crucial. It's a huge team effort, and the geologist is always right at the heart of it. Okay, last section. Let's talk about the good stuff, the rewards, the paycheck, and what the future really holds for this career path, especially as the world's energy needs keep changing. So yeah, let's start with the financial side, because it's pretty compelling. Just look at these typical salaries in North America. You can see the industry really values these unique skills. Entry-level jobs are often compensated really well, and as you get more experience, your earning potential can climb well into the six figures, often surpassing a lot of other scientific fields. But here's the thing, and this might be the most important point of this whole explainer. It's not just about the paycheck. The core skills you build as a geologist, understanding how fluids flow underground, the properties of different rocks, what makes a good storage container, well, these skills are becoming more valuable than ever, and in ways you might not expect. And this is where it gets really fascinating. The exact same skills, I mean literally the same science, used to find oil and gas are now critical for solving our future energy challenges. You need a geologist to find the perfect rock formations to safely store captured carbon forever. You need a geologist to find the best spots to tap into the Earth's natural geothermal heat. The toolkit is the same, it's just the target that's changing. Which leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? Is getting a degree in geology a path into the energy industry of today, or is it actually the master key to unlocking the brand new energy systems of tomorrow? The evidence, well, it kind of suggests it might just be both. Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.